Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angels in Action with Larkin. I am Larkin coming live to you from the United States. Thank you all for your patience. If you are still here, for those of you who don't know, I have my dad here in town, or not in town, living with me right now, and taking care of him. He just got home a few days ago from being hospitalized with a stroke. And anyway, when your dad is getting back to walking and all that, and he walks out the door and out into the yard and down your long driveway for a walk, and he gets dizzy, you follow him. So I had told him after my live, but he was ready to go. So sorry about that. Just an FYI, I do my very best to post and on school. Here's my school link. On school, I post my calendar and my schedule. However, if there is an animal emergency or an animal rescue, if my parents have an emergency or I have to help them, or if I have a migraine, I will be late or I will reschedule my live. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not being rude to you guys on purpose. I'm stretched way too thin. So if I'm going to do these lives, you just have to understand that take my schedule with a grain of salt. It does not always work the way I intend at the moment. Okay. All right. Thank you all for being here. I will say hi to you all in just a minute. We are going to light some incense. For those of you who don't know, I always spend the first 5 minutes stalling for 2 reasons. Number one, I want to help you all create the healthy habit of creating the mood and the ambiance for a sacred hour with spirit. This means when I'm not around, when you're not getting a reading and you're praying and you're manifesting and you're communicating with spirit on your own, get some incense or a candle. Make sure I always have 3 drinks. I have water. I usually have a soda or something and a coffee or tea, non-alcoholic beverage. You might want wind chimes, or you might want to have, I don't know, some wonderful music that raises your vibrational frequency. I don't mean like, pop rock or anything. I mean like instrumental music or chanting or Tibetan bowls, something like that. But you want to set the mood, and you might even want to make a sign and put it on your door that says, Sacred Hour with Spirit, keep out. Okay? You want to leave your baggage at the door, and that includes not letting other people interrupt your sacred space. I say that, but my dad could call me at any moment and want to come in from sitting outside. So we're going to start out with some Nag Champa today. That's great for clearing the air. And, this is really an important habit for you all to get into, because you come to these readings for information from beyond, for answers and guidance from beyond, to connect with your spirit teams. That means your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, your animal guides, your animal messengers, your wise teachers from beyond, and even your higher self, your intuition. And if your vibration is low, it's down here, it's stressed and worried, then you're not going to have much luck. So we need to alter our senses as humans while we're humans, so that we can connect with that which we connect with when we are in non-physical. Because you, my friend, are an eternal conscious energy that is electromagnetic. And it's electromagnetic energy, basically, that's consciousness, okay? All right, so we're going to light this first. So for those of you that are impatient and you're like, come on, I like the readers that do the cattle call. I want you to get onto it right away and answer my questions. That's not me, okay? Because if you're not ready to receive, doesn't matter how good the reader is, you won't get it, okay? I'll also remind you all that sometimes, Spirit always guides me, and hopefully most readers, with who to pick and who to read next. Sometimes, because Spirit knows who is here, and they know what order to choose you in. And sometimes you'll receive a message better through someone else's reading than your own. There's less resistance. You might get messages and interpret them in a way you wouldn't if it was for you. So sometimes you might get both, a message from someone else's reading and a reading of your own. So just keep that in mind if you're feeling impatient. The way to be open to receiving is to be relaxed. So you want to relax, okay? And enjoy it and be present as you can. And just trust spirit. That's so important. That's what I have to do every time I read. All right? So let's say hello to everybody. And just know that on here, the more antsy and impatient you feel to get a reading, probably the slower and more calm I'm going to go. Okay. Doesn't mean my readings are slow. I pump a lot into my readings. It just means that I'm not in a rush to get to everyone because I trust divine timing and I trust spirit and I know how they guide me. Okay. Hi, Jackie. Want to come sit on my lap? Let's see who's here today. I'm good, bro. Thank you for asking. Guys, it's so fun when you say hi to everyone, maybe ask how we are and share where you're from. That's so great. Readers are people too. We have feelings too, so it's great to be greeted first. Michelle, welcome. Guys, I did put my school link in there. You can see my calendar events and so much more on there. That is only free for the first 200 people. So if you want to join the school community, now is the time. Lois, great to see you. Hello. Natalie Clark. Hello, my dear. I am great. Thank you for joining us today, Natalie. I miss seeing your face 3 and 4 times a week. Nicole, welcome. Great to see you. All right, I've got you started, Nicole. Yeah, guys, don't forget to be specific. Spirit is trying to get me to be more efficient, and that is their way of doing so. So asking you to ask me to ask you to ask a specific question. That way we save the hunt and peck. It was as though you were handing me like a picture or an item from someone. It just helps spirit to connect more quickly to me. All is well, Lois. Thank you. Hope it is for everyone as well. Leanne, if you could please be specific, hon, that would be great. All right. I love all these hope all is wells. Lorraine, good to see you. All right. Your mom and dad, yeah, and your brother. Okay. I can't remember. I know you were on here last week as well. Melissa, hello. Leanne, Scotland, woo-woo. And London, Lois, thank you. Happy Manifesting Monday, guys. I have a YouTube Manifesting Monday video coming out later, so don't forget to follow my YouTube page. It's down here on the little link. Let's see. I was connected with my dad. Okay, Lois, I see that. You speak to him all the time. Oh, wonderful. That's great. You're building a strong connection there. I've got you starred. Natalie. Haha. Oh, awesome. Oh, very cool. Ooh, Natalie, a new job. That's great. Congratulations. All right, Leanne, your granddad is around. I've got you starred, okay? All right, good to see you too. Okay, I just want to make sure I start all these initial people first, guys, because when I scroll back up, it helps me more quickly to go to who's starred with those earlier readings. It helps me save on time. I know it doesn't seem like it. It seems like I'm scrolling forever, but you guys may not see all the comments that I see because I'm seeing it through StreamYard. So I'm seeing all the different networks coming in through StreamYard. Whereas if you're on Facebook, you're only going to see who's on Facebook, right? If you're on YouTube, you're only going to see the comments from people on Facebook. I get to see all of them. So it's harder to we all connect energetically. So no matter where we are, if we can just close our eyes for a moment, breathe in with your mouth closed and out and feel the energy sink down to your dantian, which is right below your belly button. And this makes you more grounded and more centered. It helps you become more present. If you breathe in with your mouth closed and then out through your mouth. And we're just going to quick say a prayer and offer gratitude to the angels, because today we do especially focus on the angelic realm, okay, which is a much higher vibrational frequency. All the other readings still come in, but we really honor the angels today on Monday. And you can just feel along with me. Dear angels, our archangels, our guardian angels, and all angels, may it be even those incarnated as the weest animals in our lives, that pure, high vibrational frequency is what we all esteem to and elevate our energy to through our own evolution. We thank you for being present with us, whether we are aware of you or not. We thank you for speaking to us through others, for coming to us through signs, for offering. Let's see here. Nicole. All right. My dad's sitting outside. I'm waiting for him to knock on the door at any time for help to come in. My mom passed away suddenly. Never had any closure. I know she's around, but want to hear her words and love. So much has happened these past 4 years. It has happened so fast, I am lost. So, Nicole, first of all, I know you feel lost. And I think this is important to share from your guides, from your angels, and from your mother's love and energy, because they're all I can feel. Okay. And to remember, it's very important to not identify with our emotions as our identity. Okay. Moving on from this reading, Nicole, this will really, really help you. And your mom has been trying to comfort you with this energy, and your angels as well. And your spirit guides have been trying to talk you into focusing on it differently. Okay. So I give you permission, your angels, your mom, your spirit team gives you permission to feel lost. And I empathize with that. I know that feeling. But remember, you just because you feel something does not mean you are it. Okay. So they want you to rephrase how you speak to yourself and how you share with others. From now on, say, I feel lost. I feel overwhelmed. I feel broken. I feel hurt. I feel sad, not I am lost. Okay. This is really important. This is going to really empower you, Nicole. And one of the things I try to do in all my broadcasts is bring through the messages from spirit that put the power back in your hands. And one of those is the way you have your self-talk and what you believe. Okay. So please know that your mom and your angels and your guides, again, this is one of those, here's a secret. This is one of those bits of wisdom that is for all of you listening, not just Nicole. Okay. A lot of you listening are being spoken to right now. Even some of you that are not on the live that will hear this on the replay. Spirit is speaking to you. Okay. So these words of wisdom, when they're coming to you, Nicole, if your mom shares them, so do your spirit guides, so does your higher consciousness, which is still not in your body. Okay. And so do your angels. So please know that your entire spirit team is always aware of and has the same wisdom for you. Okay. And it's simply a matter of, we want to hear it from someone specific. So please know this is coming from your mother, but it is also your spirit team is backing you up. You are being so supported, Nicole. Okay. So supported. They're all encouraging these messages. Hold on. Everyone's talking, being loud here. Let me close the door. Usually they're very respectful. Okay. So that is the first thing. And I hope that you're taking notes. I take this stuff very seriously because I notice that through readings, my experience has been that spirit brings through not just the answers that you want, but it brings through, instruction, because you are the one here in this world, Nicole, still, right? So a lot of what your mom has to share and guide you with in your spirit team is going to have to do with changes and shifts you need to make in your mindset in order to feel better. Okay. Now let's talk about the closure aspect. Okay. I know that she wants to help you with the closure aspect. Okay. And I'm also seeing that we're going to talk about closure a little bit in general so you can understand this as well. Okay. Your mom understands. Okay, guys, I'm on a live. Okay. High energy here today. So, closure. Hey, guys, they're going to need to go somewhere else. If they're barking, they're going to have to go somewhere else.
Do you need to go outside?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just whatever it is that you guys.
Sorry about that. I'll over there.
I'm not getting up in the whole lot. Boy, guys, I am so sorry. My husband is usually so helpful about this. He invited company over and they're letting the dogs bark. Okay. Closure is something that we can take care of ourselves. Okay. So one of the misunderstandings, Nicole, that I'm glad you guys find this amusing. I'm past that point at this point. Closure is something, and this is something my mindset clients learn, but some of you might have a lot of resistance to this. But this is something, Nicole, your mom wants you to have and to know and is trying to get through to you with, okay? I mean, she's been working very hard with your spirit team to do this. We can take care of closure ourselves. And I know that that is maybe offers a lot of resistance because our egos are told and they tell each other and we tell each other, oh my God, the ego uses lack of closure for drama. Okay. The ego's like, oh my God. And then it adds to the story of who you are and it tortures you. And I've seen this happen so many times, but in a life of doing these readings, a lifetime of doing these readings, right? Probably over 35 years worth of doing these readings. It is very clear to me, and I have learned, and I've seen this over and over and over and over, we put that need for closure on something outside of ourselves. You have the ability to seek your own closure, Nicole, in multiple ways. One of the ways is connecting with your mom, feeling her there, trusting divine timing, trusting your signs, trusting your intuition, which is really important. Intuition, as my Awakening Your Intuition clients learn, is the voice of your soul. Okay? And so when we learn to trust it, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And that is what your mom wants for you, because she's reminding me, as Spirit always tells me, your relationships have not ended. They have merely transformed. Okay, so your relationship with your mom, Nicole, has merely transformed. Okay. The human side of her, the human personality side of her, would say she was so sorry that you've been going through this, right? Because your mom would have never wanted to leave you feeling not only missing her, but also feeling that lack of closure and sort of the anxiousness and the panic that comes with that, right? She would never have wanted to have left you that way. But two things are true beyond our world here in regards to that. Number one, she hasn't left you. She's still right there. Okay. You just can't sense her the same way. And she can sense everything coming from you, even though you might not be able to fully pick up on her. Okay. So that's the first thing. Number two, that closure can happen within you. And she can help you with that just through her love and connection with you. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple tools and techniques they've asked me to give you that I teach my clients in depth for connecting with spirit, but also for mental and emotional healing. Okay. One of those is to journal. I know you guys are like, oh my God, that's it, journaling. Another person saying to journal. Well, yeah, because journaling connects your energy world, your consciousness, to your cognitive brain that we, focus on with neuroscience, with your mind. It connects those three aspects of yourself. So the spiritual conscious aspect with the brain aspect, and it does it through your mind because your mind is the middle piece, right? It's the middle piece. So when you're writing, you're able to bring through both from spirit and you're able to vent out into the universe. Okay. The more you do that, the more you burn off the emotional energy of that lack of closure, Nicole. There's a treasure underneath that emotional energy, that emotional vortex. Okay. Emotion is the mind and the body. So we have thoughts and then they become emotion and they, as they go in the body, they're emotion. But here's the secret about the writing. It does the reverse. So it can take the emotion, the pain of the lack of closure, and it can reverse engineer it up through your mind. So you can look on that paper and you can see your questions. When you get through all the emotional crap, Nicole, what's going to be underneath is the core truth of what your heart knows and what your mom is communicating to you. Okay. One of the things she's making, and this is a different mediumship reading than what I usually give. Okay. For someone wanting to talk to a loved one. It is full of this instruction because your mom wants you to be able to build this amazing and strong relationship with her from the other side. Okay. So that you feel that connection. All right. The other thing she wants me to share with you is nothing happens by accident. Every soul chooses their time to pass. Okay. There are reasons you are unaware of on a soul level, Nicole, that your mom allowed for her passing. Okay. And I know right now it seems like it's very hurtful to you being here as a human. It's very hurtful. Okay. But you guys are in the same soul family. You have always been connected. You always will be connected. Okay. There's just this short lapse in this lifetime. Okay. And you got to believe that everything is always working out for you. And sometimes only the passage of time, and as we become more aware, do we see and understand what we gain from certain circumstances. Okay. They're really working on you, everybody here. Let's see here. Let me scroll down here. Sorry, I haven't looked at I was just trying to get what they were showing me while my family was distracting me and my dogs. I see you, sunshine. I've got you starred. Guys, don't forget, make sure you're listening to these other readings because there might be something in it for you. Let's see. So Angie, the first thing you need to do, and I'm just scrolling up from the bottom, guys, to see Nicole's response. But if I see a comment, I might lose again. I might post it. Angie, make sure you join my school, and then you can message me on there about the course, and I will give you my new website information and my stand store where you can buy everything you need or sign up for whatever's free. Okay. And we'd love to have you. But the first 200 people only get in my school for free. So start there. Okay, Angie? Okay, let's see. Hi, Sarah. I'm just scrolling up to see any comments from Nicole. I started at the bottom. Let's see here. Starseed questions. Hi, Goeasy. Hello, buddy. Sarah, anything from Spirit Guides? Okay. Hold on. I'm looking for Nicole here. I'm looking for Nicole because we're still doing Nicole's readings. Let's see. Let's see here. Guys, if I don't, but even if I do get to you tonight, Sarah, Meet Your Spirit Guides is the 25th, I believe. No, 29th of August. So if you want to join Meet Your Spirit Guides, email me Spirit Guides, okay? And save my email address to your contacts so you can get the Zoom link for it. I still have a couple spaces left, but they go fast. Okay, let's see here. I'm just looking for, okay, Nicole, I got it. Okay, hi, Kelly, and welcome. Okay. Just looking, let's see. Hi, Nicole Bailey. Okay, Helen, be specific. I got your spirit guide, Sarah. We'll get to you. I hope we'll get to you. Okay. I'm just wanting to hold on here. Here. Okay. Okay. Well, Nicole, I'm not sure if that is really true. I'm going backwards. You have connected with her since she has been gone. She has been in touch with you. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm scrolling up for your other comments, Nicole. Okay, I don't want to miss anything. I try to be really thorough. Okay, Lynn, I've got you started about your husband. Lorraine says, this is for you, I think, Nicole. It is important not to get upset because your loved ones don't like to see you upset. They're in a happy place. Okay, so Lorraine, that is very sweet of you. So I'm going to talk the other side of that coin. Okay, Lorraine? I say, let yourself be upset. Get upset. And your loved ones on the other side, actually, Lorraine, they're okay with you being upset. Okay, do you guys understand that? Do you understand that on the other side, they're outside of space and time, and they have the privilege of seeing and knowing that everything is okay? Everything is already okay. They know everything is going to be okay. They know everything is working in your best interest. They see what you're going through, but they see the process that you must go through. When we are suffering, guys, it's not our soul that's suffering. It's our human self, our human mind. Okay, we are a part of that. And it's a part of our learning and growing. The priority for God, source, spirit, the universe is that we grow and evolve and expand. We cannot do that without contrast, guys. We cannot do that without contrast. So this means your spirit team, your loved ones, they don't want you to suffer. No, of course not. But they are okay if you are struggling because you are learning and expanding. They know and expect that. And that's why they do their best to hold that space and to give you signs and to give you love and to give you presence. They have incarnated also. So they understand that's part of how it works. Okay? So please understand that. All right. Let's see here. Dale says, I've always been told I can see and hear, but you ignore it. Well, you can ignore it for a while, but it doesn't mean you're not getting it. Hi, Davy Jones. All right, I got you started, Davy. All right, I want to round up with Nicole here because I want to give her closure. Hi, Geraldine. Jenny Berlin, I don't know what you mean by restart, but I'll try to get back to you, okay? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of Nicole's messages. Guys, thanks for your patience because I'm very, oh, it's sputtering? Oh, I don't know. That made you feel positive, Dale? Good. Let's see. I don't want to restart because otherwise it ruins the whole broadcast. Like it just doesn't, I couldn't pick back up with the readings and everything I've done. It would just come out separate. Let's see. So Sylvie, you just have to be specific and ask for what you want, okay? In a reading. Let's see. You're going to rejoin, Lois. That's the right idea, is to rejoin and see if it's you or if it's me. Okay. So I'm going to go back down and see if Nicole wrote anything else here. I got you started, Kawizi. You and your wonderful grandma. All right. It's fine for you, Dale. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Thank you, Irene. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, it was a bit earlier, Lois. Okay, thank you. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. It could be me. I know that, okay. I got you started, Helen. I know that the phones and computers have been crazy the past few days. I don't know if it's just over here. Welcome, Andrea Jackson. Great to see you. Welcome for the first time. You're a Pisces, Sarah. Cool. Yes, emotions need to be released. That's right, because they become the mind and the body. Let's see. You're an empath. You're an alchemist. Okay, very cool. All right, guys. Irene, my dad is doing well. Thank you. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just scoping and scanning for. Hi, Nelia. All right. I want to see if Nicole is still there. So, Nicole, as I send you off with your mom, I don't see her. I wonder if she's still even here. Can you be specific, Andrea, who you want to hear from, please? I love cold readings, but I take so long when I do these online free readings. It is much easier if I am given something specific, like you were handing me a picture, an item of something, or say you want to hear from your mom or your dad or whatever. It just helps spirit make the connection with me quicker. And that saves me time. Little old thorough me. Oh, Irene. Yeah, we had the most amazing reading from William the other day, didn't we? So, guys, I try to read for people first that I haven't read for before or haven't read for in a while. Okay. It's just only fair. Okay. There's Nicole. Okay. Hi, Patricia. I got you started. I got to keep moving on, guys, because I tend to take so long to do these readings. I don't intend on doing them. I got you started, Jenny. I don't intend on doing readings, guys, as long as I would a paid private reading. I should not be taking that amount of time. So I do take too long to do these. But I appreciate your patience. This is why I'm very thorough about it, because sometimes there's difficulty with spirit coming through. And I know that if I can help break through any barriers, that the next reader can get through more easily. Sometimes it just takes a while with that, or sometimes there's things you guys need to work through, and I can feel when that has happened. So I usually go that amount of time. Okay. That's what happens. Okay. She was here and then gone and lost 6 of her sisters and brothers in 2 years of her passing. Okay. So Nicole, here's the interesting thing. Even when it's not sudden, even when it's a slow, long-term process, if someone's been ill for a while, or you know they're going to pass and it seems to be taking a while, all passings to some extent are like that. It's really interesting. A soul is either here or they're not. They're either in this world or they're not. It's like you're either pregnant or you're not. There is no in between. So there is, yes, they're still here with us in a different realm, but you're either in this reality or you're not. Yes, consciousness can be one foot in each world, but as far as being physical and having a physical presence here in this world, you're either here or you're not. And we feel that the harshest when it is those close to us. Okay. So, like I said, I did this one a little differently than usual when I do readings, but you have some instructions, Nicole, and you need to follow those instructions, because after this reading, your mom is going to be able to come through and connect to you more. I don't know why it seems like she has not come through to you, to other readers or whatever. She probably will now. But because there's a lot of things that your spirit team has needed to get through to you. One of the other reasons is, Nicole, is that if we are feeling like lost or broken when someone passes, that is actually an energy block. It is a form of resistance that our egoic veil creates when we have perceived ourselves as losing someone, when a loved one passes. And oftentimes that will, I don't care what people say, I hear people say, oh, psychic mediums just use that as an excuse to say they can't get through to someone. They'll just say that, it's you, it's your energy. Actually, yes, that is true. That does happen. Why wouldn't it happen? If your loved one passes and you feel like a lack of closure, that's one of the big reasons. Your mind creates a subconscious resistance that can actually make it harder for your loved one to connect with a reader and with you because of the resistance that is created. Your desire then is so much stronger to connect with them. It's like it's more of a need because of the lack of closure. That does actually, yes, create more resistance. So I feel like it seems like one of my jobs as a reader is to break through that resistance, which is one of the reasons I take so much time. Then you should be able to go off and connect to your mom again through another reader. Okay. But guys, I will throw this in there as I send you off with your mom, Nicole. I personally, when people keep coming to me and I've already read for them for someone, and you guys keep coming, and I'm not the only one. If I'm just a little nobody, right? So like John Edwards says the same thing. Like world famous mediums say the same thing. And I can vouch for them because I was saying this long before I heard any of them say it. When you guys keep coming to us for readings for the same people, understand that the first reason they come through is just to let you know they're there and they're okay. They're there and they're okay. Okay. Do not have the expectation that they're going to be like they were here in this world, like a human. Okay. They are, it's still the same soul. It's still the same personality. Yes, it is really them, but there's so much more than that now. And they are in a different realm. Their role with you is different. So if you go to the same readers every week and you're wanting, do they have a message for me? Do they have a message for me? Well, of course you want to connect with them because you miss them like they were here. But please understand that I am going to choose, and Spirit is going to guide me to choose first the people that I've not already read for, or with souls I haven't already read for. So if I just read for you and I'm overwhelmed with all the people to read for and all the souls that are in line, I mean, I see them out here. I see all these figures and feel all these energies wanting to come through. I am obligated to be the vehicle for the ones that have not gotten to get their message through first. Okay. And if you spend your days going from reader to reader wanting things like, should I buy this car? What should I get at the grocery store? Spirit's not interested in that. They might help you with that. That's more of a spirit guide thing. And they might say, this car's not going to be safe. Yeah, pick that. But they typically don't engage in that little conversation like you would have had here with them. So please just know if readers don't pick on you, and maybe you liked a reader and you stop liking them because they stop calling on you, they're going to make their rounds. If they're a good reader, they're going to make their rounds and they're going to try to give you that attention, but they're also going to choose people and souls they haven't read for yet. Okay. If you just had a powerful reading from me from someone and you're here to hear from that person again, it's not going to be that powerful. It's not going to be that way because they've already gotten through what they needed to tell you that was actually relevant. Okay. That might not be what you want to hear, but they know what you need to hear. Okay. Sorry. I'm just telling you like it is, guys. Like it or not, that's how it is. So Nicole, I would start journaling. I would start setting the intentions before you go to sleep so you can get some more clear feedback from the astral plane because your mom does come to see you in the astral plane. Okay. And just start relaxing. Get your nervous system to relax. What you're going to find is your closure, Nicole, is going to unfold. Okay. The closure is not going to come from your mom. It's going to come from you learning and trusting and starting to feel that connection. It's going to come from realizations that you make through your intuition. As your nervous system relaxes and you start to heal, that closure will come. But don't allow your egoic mind to hang on to this story that you didn't get closure and so you're lost. That is actually not true. That is what your ego is telling you, because that's what we believe collectively as humans. But it's a lie. It seems like reality, but it's not. Okay. And meanwhile, your mom and your spirit team is on the other side saying, come on, Nicole, pull out of this. This is bigger than this. Let's get you to a higher frequency. Connect with me. I'm right here. Okay. There is healing on the other side of that. All right. I don't mean to be cold. I'm just telling you how it really works on the other side. Okay. All right. Let's see. I got you started, Dale. I'm going to send you off with your mom, Nicole. Thank you for letting me read for you. Okay. Got you started, Andrea. All right. Sarah and Sarah, I got two Sarahs here. Woohoo. Welcome for the first time. Sarah Boland, welcome. Okay. Let's see here. And I'm not blowing you guys off. Like Irene, I'd love to read for you again, but I mean, I think he gave the most powerful reading the other night because that's what you guys needed to hear. Oh, yeah, I made myself cry. I did. I don't normally do that. Let's see. Boyfriend. Okay, Patricia, I got you starred. I want to move up to the people I had starred before. And thank you guys for repeating this. Okay, I know you guys are there. I know you guys are still there. But there's only one of me. I got you started, Nelia. Larkin, is there any way to encourage, enable, and meet my dad spirit team in the astral realm, in my dreams? Yeah, absolutely. So, Lois, you still have not signed up for anything. So I don't know if you intend on it. Maybe you want to work with somebody else. I don't know. But it seems like you have a lot of gifts that you want to open up, Lois. So, I think I will give you my guidance here and my instructions for what I think you should do. The most important thing you can do is to practice it and to be able to ask these questions. So like tonight, I can give you a reading and I can give you a shorter answer. But if you were to join, like, let's say you don't want to do the expensive high-end coaching. If you decide that you wanted to join the masterminds, these are the types of questions that my paying clients in the masterminds, the 2 masterminds for $47 a month, ask every week. And we don't just get answers like we do on here. We practice it. We go in it intensively, the things you can practice. Okay. So maybe that's not what you want, but that, you have these really cool questions and it sounds like that's something you can do there. That's a good example for other people if they want to actually learn how to do these things for themselves. Okay. I can give you quick answers on here and you should try them out. Okay. Meet your spirit guides. You haven't done that yet, Lois. So that might be another great option for you, is to join the Meet Your Spirit Guides. And I'll put my email in here again for you guys. I only take a few people per month in that, guys. larkinsreadings@gmail.com. And you just need to email me spirit guides if you want to literally meet your spirit guides. Okay. Doesn't matter if you've been working with them for a long time or you just want proof that they're there. This is a great 4-hour opportunity, okay, that I do once a month. So, the best thing you can do, Lois, are things that, Mandy, you got to be specific, sweetheart, okay? I have you guys all starred. So what I would do, Lois, is put a few things into practice that emphasize your faith and trust in divine timing, in that things are always working out for the best for you, in validating that your loved ones and your spirit team is in connection. So one of the things we do is to ask a question. So Lois, like if you're speaking to them and you throw something out there, then let it go, right? Just like when we're manifesting, we want to say, okay, like, oh, thank you so much for for covering those bills. I know, that are coming at the end of the month. Thank you so much. And then let it go. Stop thinking about it, because that energy, that attitude, that mindset tells the universe, I trust it's coming. I know it's already mine. I know I'm already taken care of. Everything is always working out for me. Okay. So we'll get to your dad part in a minute. We'll read for your dad in a minute. But one of the ways you can encourage that communication with your spirit team and with your dad, Lois, is practicing anything you can that practices the vibration of trust. Trust is really the biggest thing, right? When we read, we are just throwing it out there. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm being shown. And to the audience, it might seem like it's crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense at first. We often have to go on on a scavenger hunt and then come full circle. And Spirit and I have to do this together. So every time you give that energy of trusting divine timing, trusting things are working out for you, trusting that your dad is present, trusting that your spirit team is there, it makes it actually stronger, clears a path through your egoic mind, okay, through the veil. I like to think of it in terms of it burns a hole in the egoic veil, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing is the quiet time in nature. Silence, guys. There's nothing like silence, because your mouth spews out the extension of your mind. And your mind, as Eckhart Tolle teaches, is synonymous with ego. Thought is synonymous with the mind and synonymous with ego. And what is speaking? Speaking is another manifested form of the mind, ego. Okay. So since the mind is the bridge between the brain, your neuroscience goodies, right, and spirit, your consciousness, we have to work with that mind. We have to work with that bridge. And that's essentially, Lois, what we're doing in coaching. That's essentially what my answer to your question is here, is you have to refine that like a samurai sword. And the more you do it, the more clear and more powerful it will get. And there is no limit to that. I've been refining that my whole life, and it just gets better and better and better if, Dale, you don't ignore it. Okay? If you practice it. And I know you have that trust, and you trust and know those abilities. Okay? Now, this will work in all areas, Lois. You're asking me about in the astral realm, in your dreams, or anything. So I'm giving you things you can do, and then we'll focus on your dad. Okay? The more you speak to them and then let it go and trust, the better. The more you practice trusting the immediate first response you get, the better as well. Okay. So you've heard me say this before, Lois. When you are speaking and let's say you ask them a question and you get an immediate answer back. Hi, Sonper, welcome. I got your message. Thank you. Don't forget that when you're doing that, the second you start thinking, guys, that is no longer spirit. That is your ego. Okay. So when you ask a question, say to your dad or your spirit team, let's say you ask a question and you immediately get an answer. Almost as soon as you recognize that you got an answer and you start analyzing the answer, like within less than a second, I'm just checking on my dad, it's already going to ego. So you have to trust it immediately, Lois. Okay, immediately. And sometimes this is how you guys will miss it. It's so subtle sometimes that you don't even know you've gotten the answer. Often we talk to our loved ones and they answer and we get the message. And we actually, it's so subtle, like all psychic abilities are just subtleties. So as soon as you, and I talk about this, guys, in my digital course, the Awakening Your Intuition program, and we talk about this in the Awakening Your Intuition Mastermind, and you learn to practice this. It's so subtle, sometimes you just don't notice it at all. Like you don't notice it. Okay. So being silent enough and still enough and journaling, because sometimes when you're journaling and you're writing, that creates more space. Do not type. Handwrite, especially cursive if you know cursive. If you don't, you guys are being screwed. Like you really need to speak. You really need cursive really helps with this because your brain works differently when you're writing cursive. But that gap there, that most people miss and completely shut out, that is where spirit's coming in. Okay. The other thing is, so dreams and the astral plane. So the astral plane, your soul is actually taking its focus out of your body, your physical form, and it's putting it back where your bigger soul, right? Because I have to repeat this, sorry, for people that have never been here before. When you incarnate, your soul is in your body, but your body's also in your soul. You also have an inner universe. So that light you go to when you cross over, that's not just, yes, you are part of God. So sure, it's God's source spirit, but it's you. That first light, the tunnel they say you see, it's not a tunnel. It's light, and it's so bright, it makes it seem like a tunnel. But it's actually you. It's the greater part of your soul, because you are too big to be here all condensed in this little wetsuit of a body. It does feel like a wetsuit. We just don't know it while we're here, okay? So Lois, when you are going in the astral plane, that part of you is free to roam around and interact, and your dad can meet you there, right? And usually you don't always remember those experiences. You usually remember them in the form of either feeling like you really miss him the next day even more, you're super sad. You might not even know why. You might wake up sad, or you wake up super pumped and excited like you just spent the day with him. But we often don't remember what happened. Sometimes we do, and that's a real gift. But we've literally been there, like we physically been there. It is an experience, okay? The dreams are totally different. The dreams always have to do with your brain processing. It's actually brain processing. It's a neurological thing as well. You're filing, you're processing, you're using things that you experience here as a human, and your loved ones can come to your dreams that way. Your spirit guides can too, but to be honest, guys, usually if you have something to process about a loved one, your loved one will come to you in a dream. Okay, you can have a dream visitation. But usually I find they like to either meet you in the spiritual plane, or they like to come as a visitation, which is not you going to the astral plane, but them actually coming to you while you're sleeping, because you can focus more on them while your brain is distracted and can't resist the experience. Okay, those are three very different things. You can do any of those, but journaling, Lois, is a big part of this, especially being a water sign like you are. And if you were in my coaching program, we do your whole chart. So we'd talk about all these aspects of your chart. I know your sun sign is Pisces, but you've got other aspects that will influence this. But as a water sign, if you write and you take the time to bring that depth from within you and you set your intentions, that's really going to help. And then keep me posted. Okay. Let me know how it's going. All right. So let's connect with your dad, and then we'll move on. So let's connect with your dad here. So there's an energy moving forward that, and you can just let me know in the comments, yes or no, if this makes sense. If this doesn't make sense, maybe it's someone else, right? You're welcome, Lois. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's not. I got you starred, Lara Lou. Maybe it's not him, but I feel like it is, Lois. The first image and feeling I get is a slender gentleman with a very regal walk, a good-looking man. And just tell me, guys, don't forget when I do these evidential parts of the readings, make sure you put yes or no, and then the thing you're saying yes or no to, right? So yes or no, did he have a lovely voice, like a very soft or smooth voice? Seems like he's a very nice voice, a very smooth gait, very regal in the way that he held himself and moved. Who's coming through for you? I'm also seeing I'm also seeing pale, a pale green, like almost a real soft pale, almost like a mint green coming through. And I'm asking him, I don't know if these are actual colors and clothes that related to him, or if this has something to do with a mixture of the purity of white and the green heart chakra. So just let me know, Lois, in the comments, yes or no to each of these things, so that when I do look at the comments, I can see what you relate to. I'm seeing like this beautiful pale mint green. And he's bringing it to me in the form of him wearing it. He has a nice pair of like light dress pants on, in like this light pale mint green long sleeve, almost cotton or linen button down shirt, Lois. Well, Lois, he is telling me that I don't know if your family came from royalty, Lois, but I mean, he is very, very handsome, very regal. Um, not only does he have a very lovely voice, but his timing and his demeanor was really cool. The way he would greet someone and pause and wait and listen to them and then respond. I mean, it was just very, what is the word that I'm looking for? It's almost like you just sort of be in awe of him when you're talking to him and when he's meeting you. He'd be very polite, very, very gallant, very almost formal without not being formal. He didn't sort of respond like everyone. I'm trying to think of an example. It's almost like if someone would come up and say, "Hi, I'm so and so. How are you?" And they would expect him to say, "Hey, I'm so and so back. I'm good. How are you? Where are you from?" I almost feel like he didn't do any of those normal things. I almost feel like someone would come up and introduce themselves, and he would instead, maybe put his hand out and give a nice handshake and say, like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and then maybe ask a question or say something that he did, but not your typical, "Hi, I'm blah, 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 and this is what I do." And in that way, he was very much a leader, not in a loud and obnoxious way, but in a very refined, culturally educated and aware way, which is really cool. He's also showing me that he saw you and your mom as queens and princesses in his life. He's showing me, and it's sort of a combination because he's using multiple clairs of my thinking and hearing him say, "Yeah, she is a princess. She is a queen." And that's you, Lois. He's referring to you. I love this. So I'm not going to look at the comments right now. I want to get what he's sharing with me first. And then you can say yes or no on the side here. It's really neat. He had really good taste. I'm not sure who it was. Initially, I thought it was his father, but it could be a grandfather or maybe his mom's father. Was from another country. Did you have any, Lois, do you have any relatives like from the East, Lois? Do you have any, because he's making reference to an older gentleman, and I feel like it's one of your grandpas. Do you have any relatives that came like from India or Sri Lanka or anything like that? I'm feeling that that resonance coming through. Let's see here. Sorry, want to check on my dad here. I'm still looking at my third eye, guys. Like, even if I am walking around checking on him, I'm still seeing through my third eye. So don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. I see that happening. I also see what looks like a gold ring. Dad, are you okay? Do you need to come in? I'm still in my live. Are you okay? All right. It's hot out there. I don't know why he wants to stay out there that long. It's hot. I'm also seeing like a beautiful solid gold ring. If that relates to you, I don't know if it was his or your granddad's, but it looks like it's on his finger. He's pointing out to me, he's saying, you have a very interesting and intricate family history. Lois, have you looked into that at all? And he's telling me, Lois, that you have royalty in your family. So if I were you, if you are unaware of this, as I have not checked your messages yet, I would look into this, because usually if they're sharing something like this, it's usually significant to something, either a mindset shift or an understanding of something, or will lead to something you are curious about. It might even lead to connection and validation to some of your spirit guides. Okay, which is pretty neat. All right, I'm going to move over here and see if any of this makes sense before I move on. Bless him. I know, Angie. He surprises me. I feel like I have to keep checking on him because I don't want him to fall down the 2 steps coming up in there. Let's see here. Let me move over and see if Lois, any of this relates to Lois. Yes, to the talk and walk. He was slim once upon a time, not sure on the color. Okay, so if there's anything, guys, that you're not sure about, always give it time, not just with me, but with any reader. Sometimes it comes full circle back through during the reading, like it did last week with those wooden beads, when the person said, no, I don't know anything about little wooden beads. And it turned out they found a rosary while we were on with the reading. Okay. Sometimes spirit will bring it through in different ways to get my attention. So they had the family coming through with everyone wearing beads on their left wrist. It was her mother's side of the family. The left typically indicates the left side, the mother's side of the family. So it did end up coming full circle, even though it seemed to be irrelevant at the time, which is why I continue to trust and share what I'm getting, even if you guys are like, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't know anything about that. Okay. So the mint green has some sort of relevancy. You may find it, an hour later, a week, a month, a year, a decade later, but somewhere that validation will come in perfect timing for you. Okay. It might be in an old photograph that you find. It's okay if he wasn't slender there at the end, Lois, because they often come the way they see themselves ideally, the way they want to come through to you. Okay. And he's back the way he wants to be, then he will come that way. Okay. So let's see what else you said. Let's see here. I got you, the star Zumper. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I feel like this could be my granddad. Your dad's dad. Yes. Okay. That makes sense because your dad is there though. He's the first one that showed me. Then there's an older gentleman that is very similar to what I described that he brought in, and I do believe that is your granddad. Absolutely. Let's see about the other. Let's see here. Okay, this makes a lot of sense, Lois. Yes, this makes a lot of sense. This happens a lot. This has been happening a lot lately in readings, or some sort of blend of them. Yes. It's going in and out, and my dad and granddad. Okay, yes. So, well, yeah, he's saying you guys are, you're the princess and the queen, and you're becoming a queen yourself. But the souls often, when they're close and they're coming in, often their messages and their representations will blend some. And then we sort out certain bits. but especially if they're cross sharing, Lois. So if their energies are both coming through and I'm picking up on both of their vibrations and they're sharing and telling me things at the same time, you'll often see that combination of them. Okay. This has to do with a lot of the unity in which we all share. Okay. Let's see here. I got you started, Spirit. Sarah, sorry. Okay. Not that you know from the East. The granddad was born in the Caribbean. Okay. Okay. I would look into it. Maybe it's not from the East. Maybe it's from the Caribbean. He is telling me that, and was showing me that you have a very interesting family history, and that there was an aspect of your family that came from a different part of the world, and he saw it more. It could easily be the Caribbean. It could be. But if you look into that, Lois, I think you might find some interesting things and some validation there. Some things that coincide with your interests and your gifts and abilities as well. I think that's definitely something worth looking into. Oftentimes, as I mentioned, Lois, when we do that too, if you end up building more of a relationship, guys, I've got you started, okay? More of a relationship with your spirit guides, and you get to a point where, Lois, you really want to validate them. Not everybody, guys, gets that. Like, sometimes our spirit guides were with us in a life that was like way before, written history or whatever, or things had gotten lost. We don't all get the same proof and evidence that I did, with my one spirit guide, Aiden, where he was able to give me dates and times and locations and everything. But looking into this and having this connection into your family history, Lois, when you get to know your spirit guides better, that you might find that there's some sort of connection there. Because not always, but a lot of times our spirit guides will have been even in our family generations before and have some sort of that close connection to us. Okay. All right. So Lois, I'm getting do you have a brother, Lois? Do you have a brother, please? I'm getting the energy of, yes, you'll definitely look into it. You don't know where to start. Well, that's something we typically do in coaching, because it's not really something I can just do here. I've given you a place to start already tonight, and then to keep working on it, that is something that I can do more in depth. So I would take what I gave you to start with. That's really where you want to start. If you're talking about look into your family history, that's a whole different thing. I mean, I would just start researching what you do know. Talk to older relatives while you still have them. Find out what you do know. And you could even start with some of the genealogy apps that can do wonders. There's also people out there, it's a lot more expensive. You have to pay them a lot, but there's also people that you can hire to do that for you. Okay. And maybe it's not that relevant to you right now, Lois, but it's a fun way to get started. All right. Great questions. You've got plenty to work on. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, you've got a brother. Okay. So that is just, it's more evidence your dad is sharing to validate that it's actually him and your granddad coming through. They are there together and very close. Like, your granddad stepped forward kind of off your dad's left shoulder. Well, as soon as I started talking about him, but your dad was showing me the presence of your brother, and that is more, he's using that as evidence that he is really there, and that he is that he's watching over both of you, that he's still very present with both of you. Let's see. And he's showing me that you guys both actually have these intuitive gifts. You both have these intuitive gifts and abilities. His are a little different than yours. And he's showing me that you both do a good job of integrating them into your lives. Trying to see what else he's trying to show me here. So he's also showing me sorry, they're so loud. He's also showing me a gravesite, Lois, and I'm not sure whose gravesite this is. It might be his, it might be one of your it might be a grandmother's. It is it's a site where they actually did not the person was interned in the ground, and it looks like there was a viewing as well. I'm seeing a sunny day. I'm seeing people kind of standing around one side of the gravesite. It looks like it's I don't know, I can't say this for sure. The feeling I get is that it is close enough, it's a place you can visit. This is a cemetery you can visit and not have to go too far. And it looks like the passing of someone that you attended their funeral as a young woman, not a child. I believe this is his gravesite. I'm seeing, but he's not telling me for sure. It's just a feeling I get. That's what it looks like from the view that I'm getting. And I'm looking at it from there's people standing on either side of me. It looks like maybe the preacher or the minister stood on this side, across the grave, and then we're all over here. And he's showing me at some point, he's not showing me anyone visiting the site all the time, on a regular basis, but he's showing me that loved ones are thinking about or wanting to visit once in a while. And he just wants to remind you, he loves that. He's honored by that. He says, it's more for you than it really is for him. To honor someone else's life is very sacred. But he wants you to know that he's not there. He's with you. So when you go there, because what I'm seeing is I'm believing this is his gravesite, he's present. Okay. He's just not hanging out there, which you already know. But he's wanting to share that as well. And Lois, your mother is still alive. Is that correct? Just yes or no, your mother's alive in the comments. Your mother's still alive. Is this correct? Let me know. I'm going to look over here and see. Make sure this is accurate. Oh, you've been thinking about seeing his grave often? Okay. Well, so that's more evidence, Lois, that he sees that you're thinking about that you're thinking about it. They know what you're thinking and feeling, okay? So he knows that's on your mind. I always feel like going, to be honest. Most days I think about it, but sort of tell myself I don't need to go to connect with him. And that is true. That is absolutely true. So this, I mean, I would have no way of knowing this, Lois. I didn't even know your dad passed, right? Other than you asking, because you asked for a reading tonight. So, I never feel like there's enough evidence, and I hope all of these things are giving you enough evidence that you are getting more validation, even though I know you already know that your dad really is here with us. Like, he really is coming through me, because he's showing me the gravesite. He described himself. He brought in your grandfather. He described your grandfather. He showed me your brother. He's showing me that you are thinking about going, but he also showed me that you're not, he didn't say Lois is here all the time visiting my gravesite. He said you're thinking about going. He didn't show me you being there. He showed me you thinking about going, and then is telling you that's okay, because you don't need to go there to connect with him. And look, there you're writing, you don't need to go there to connect with him. So yes, but you've definitely been thinking about it. Okay. So here's why you've been thinking about it. He wants me to share this with you before we move on here. That's definitely what I've been thinking. Okay, so the significance there, Lois, is that he just is trying to give you more evidence that he is really present with me. Okay, because I wouldn't know that that's what you've been thinking about, but he knows that. Okay, he knows that. So that's very important. Okay. And then he's also showing me your mother. He's showing me you're a princess, she's a queen, and he's showing me that she's present and still living. At least that's what I'm getting. So let's see if that makes sense to you. Yes, your mom's alive. Okay, awesome. So he, Lois, was your dad a Leo by any chance? Or your grandfather? Are there any Leos in your family? I keep getting all this energy for Leo. Leo, 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 Leo. Where is this energy for Leo coming from? He wants you to know, and if you can share this with your mom and brother, this is great. Hopefully I'm not missing any other siblings, but what he's showing me is your mom and brother. Okay. Yes, I get that evidence completely. Perfect. Dad's birthday is June 26th. No, that is actually Cancer. And he does have Cancer energy. Absolutely, he has Cancer energy. But see if there's anyone in your family or your grandfather that was a Leo. Leo is after Cancer. So it's like, depends on where you look. It's like the 22nd or 23rd of July through like the 19th or 20th of August. I might be a day or two off with that. But it's the end of July, first half of August. Okay, it's a lot of August. All right, until August 22nd, 23rd. Okay. I see you, Patricia. I've got you starred, honey. All right. There's a lot of Leo energy floating around in what he's wanting to share. But if you can share this with your brother and your mom, show them this or tell them and give them the evidence that's coming through. He wants you all to feel loved. He is like surrounding you. He's so protective of the family energy and the family that he loved. Okay. And it's a really powerful and protective love. He's going to stay present with you guys. He's like, he knows you guys feel like he's missing out. And in a lot of ways he is, right? You guys are still here living life and he is not there. However, please know that in the bigger picture, when you all get to the other side, you're going to understand why he chose to go. You're going to understand why he moved on, why his soul made that choice. And you're going to understand that everything is falling into place in the best way, even though it doesn't feel like it. Okay. The human side of him is sorry that he left when you guys are just so in flux, growing and expanding your lives and getting your lives going. Okay. It's very, very important, but he loves you all so much. And you know that. That's not the evidential part of the reading. Okay. Hi, Alyssa G's. Welcome. Good to see you. So guys, know that if you, Lois, I'm going to send you off with your dad in a minute. Guys, if you join my school, it's only free for the first 200 people. If you join my school, you guys can ask these questions in the comments. There are things I can include in on the lives. Okay. And just, know that you can do that if you want. Throw her here for her. Is there any, can you put broth in this for her? Oh, you did? Oh, this is the wrong food. Sorry, guys.
That's the Venus support.
No, it's not. Nope. The Venus Support Square. You gave her the regular diet. Okay, well, she gets the flat ones in the pink and white bag. That's okay. Leave it alone now. My family is very distracting tonight. Let's see. If you guys join school, well, LSGs, it's the school. I think you joined it already. You've messaged me already. It is the start of my school. The Awakening Your Intuition program, guys, and the Awakening Your Intuition and Mindset Masterminds are the start of my academy, which is about standing in your power, awakening your intuition, being able to see through the BS of everything that's out there. So I don't just answer your questions, but I help guide you to trust yourself and learn where you can find intuitively the answers and how you can validate it in your everyday life. That's what the school's about. I don't want you guys depending on me. I want you all to become masters of your intuition, masters of your power of choice, being able to transform your health, your life, your money, your relationships, making it easy. Okay. I take all the BS out of it. So this school is a community of like-minded people that are either interested in a mindset and manifesting and or spirituality and mediumship and metaphysical stuff. Okay. And so I've created that platform, and then I have a stand store where you can buy my courses and coaching and readings. And I have a website that we're getting ready to release this week. I've been building. Okay. But if you go to my school, LSGs, and you join school, then you can message me. You can see my calendar. You can see all my lives and everything. Okay. It's just a great neutral and free place for the first 200 people to go. Okay. All right, guys. Guys, I'm starring you all if you have readings, but if if I don't get to you tonight, I just want to remind you as I'm finishing up with Lois that Veronica has the best readers ever on Find Me a Medium. You don't have to wait for me. And you can follow and like my YouTube page. I really appreciate that support, and my Facebook page. And I do coaching, mindset coaching and manifesting, as well as these readings, right? You'll notice my readings are very practical. So spirit teams bring through practical advice. All right. And then, of course, you can join me here on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for animal readings. Okay. So LSGs, you just follow the link I just posted. I think you're already there, LSGs. I think you're already there. Okay. And then if you want to join my mastermind, I have a link for Stand Store in there. Twice a week, we have a mastermind. One is for mindset and manifesting and neuroscience. I teach you how to transform your life and manifest. And the other one is for awakening your intuitions. All the stuff we're talking about here. And that's 90 minutes. It's $47 a month for 2 90-minute group coaching sessions, which you're not going to find probably anywhere, right? Because my coaching is like $5,000 to $10,000 a year for individual coaching. So this is an awesome deal with a support group. Okay. Guys, also, if you are women having trouble with relationships, you have trouble with men, you want to learn to communicate better and get with a good guy and have a lasting relationship, or you want to improve the one you're in, join me Fridays for Coffee and Confidence and Calm with Larkin. I answer your questions. We have like a free get together only on school. And then I have an event you can sign up for on the 24th of August, but you have to register with your email for that event. And I'm going to teach you how to read and communicate with men and how to get the kind of relationships you want. Okay. Anyway, that's all posted on my school. So let's finish up with Lois here. I'm going to send you with your dad, Lois. I would love it if you keep me posted. Let's see. You won't keep sitting on it. You always feel very peaceful on these, and I think I need to give more time to this and not chase other things so much. Well, here's the thing, Lois, and you know this. I am a business and money manifesting coach. I've coached women in building their businesses for 10 years. So if you sign up for personal private coaching with me, and or if you and I don't take everybody, by the way, guys. I do not want everyone. If I've told you you can coach with me, you're like one out of maybe 100 people that I'm willing to work with. Okay. The group coaching, the Thursday when we do the mindset, that's what we're working on. You're not going to be not working on work and money and career if you get coaching. But it all has to be connected, guys. Everything is energy. So you've got to get your intuition and your mindset in sync, in alignment, to learn to do these manifestations. Okay. So you actually would be working on it. I just don't want you to be too scattered, Lois. So make sure you can commit like to Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. EDT. Okay. And if not, then you can always watch replays. But when you guys are around like-minded people and you're getting the influence that you need on a consistent weekly basis, that's when you're going to see shifts happening. Okay. Not when you're just chasing after stuff. So Lois, I'm going to send you off with your family, with your dad, your loved ones. And let's see if I missed anything you said. Yes, I can believe that for him about his time to go. I can imagine brother is struggling more. Yes, I know. He showed me that actually, and I didn't say that. I'm sorry I didn't throw that in there. That's exactly actually what he said. So I'm sorry I didn't mention that. He actually said I see, and I got distracted with something else. He sees your brother struggling more than you. He definitely sees that. So please know that. You can't use that for evidence now because I forgot to say it, but that is what he is showing me. So you are correct about that. And if you share with them, whether they believe in this stuff or not, Lois, I think it's important. And if you go see his grave, hi, Helen. If you go visit his grave, you maybe even take your brother, Lois, like it's still healing. Like, yeah, you don't need him. You don't need to go to the gravesite to connect with him. That's true. But it's healing because you're in physical form right now. So somehow you feel closer. Somehow we feel closer when we go to our loved ones' gravesites. We just feel closer. Okay? So don't begrudge yourself that. Here, Jackie. Here, darling. Good job. Don't begrudge yourself that. Thank you. Go ahead and do that anyway. Okay. All right, Lois. I hope to see you in the mastermind. If you guys go to my stand store, you'll see the link. If you go to my school, you'll see the link in the community for signing up for the weekly masterminds for $47 a month. I mean, guys, you can't beat that. $47 a month for 2 90-minute group sessions where you get my personal attention. I basically tell you how to get everything. Like, you can't, this is stuff people charge $10,000 for a 6-week session that I charge $10,000 for a whole year. So, I mean, what can I say? Anyway, Lois, great to see you. I'm glad I got to you tonight. You're welcome. You take care, girl. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to send your lovely father and grandfather with you. Let's see here. All right, guys. Wow, there's so many people. So, guys, I do not always get to get on and respond to comments the night that I do readings, but I do try to get on and respond to comments. You may not see me do it because I get on through like the different platforms. So you might not see me respond to everyone, but I do get on. So if I do not get to you tonight, I have about 4 lives I need to get on and respond to people's comments. I will actually text in the comments. I will respond to your question if I did not get to you. And I will say, like, I'll give you 1 or 2 words of reassurance. I will invite you to the next live, whatever it is to acknowledge you. So, because there's no way you can see, you guys may not be able to see. I see like 10 times as many questions and comments than you guys do because I'm on multiple platforms. So there's no way I can get to everyone, right? You might only see 2 or 3 people on here, but I have a lot of people asking for readings and I'm doing my best. So if I cannot get to you, I will get on and do my best to respond to everyone. And then just know that Wednesday I'll be back on again live at 4 p.m. EDT for lessons, learning, and readings with Larkin. You can always join me then. And don't forget to join my school, and then you can see when all my live readings and events are, okay? All right. Thank you guys for saying hi. Good evening. Dale, I love it. First time. All right. Let me scroll up here. Sometimes it doesn't want to scroll. I don't know why. Let's see. Let me try scrolling down and then see if I can get it to scroll up. There we go. Trying to go up to where some of the other ones were in order. Okay, so we got Nicole. We got Lois. Let's see here. I'm working my way down here. I got you guys started, okay? I'm doing my best. Okay. Let's see. Lorraine, are you still there? Let me know if you're still there, Lorraine. You were next on the list. Can you let me know, Lorraine, if you're still here? I always ask, guys, because sometimes, oh, you're there. Great. Because sometimes I read for people. Hi, Julie, your first time. Awesome. Sometimes, guys, I read for people, or I used to, and they wouldn't be on. So I always check to make sure people are on. Because sometimes they don't check back in. Here, buddy. Sometimes people don't come back and they don't watch the replay, and then I haven't read for someone I could have read for. Okay. So Lorraine, you're here. Okay. So you asked to speak to your mom, your dad, and your brother. Okay. Let's see who we got here. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Yay. All right. Let's see here. All right. So again, guys, as we do this evidential part of the mediumship, I don't want you guys to tell me what's happening. Tell me things. I just want you to say yes or no. And then I want you to tell me what it is you're saying yes and no for, because I'll go through a good amount of time where I'm not checking readings. I won't let comments. I won't let myself look at comments. I'll scroll them all the way up or down so I cannot see your responses just in case you tell me something. Because if you give me information, it can really screw me up. Okay, it can make me question myself and doubt what's coming through. And I have to follow the process that Spirit gives me in order to be able to give you evidence, right? If you tell me something that the Spirit was going to give me for evidence, I can no longer use that for evidence, right? So, but please do make sure that you say yes or no and what it's for. So I might say, white socks. And then you're like, no, I don't understand. White socks doesn't resonate with me, but it might later, right? Or yes, I understand the hair ties, that makes sense to me, that sort of thing. All right. So let's see here. So just yes or no, and in response. Lorraine, was your brother, was he like a little dude? Was he like slender and not very tall? Just let me know in the comments, please. Did your mom have like hair like kind of straight, but sometimes maybe she curled it? Maybe like I don't know if it was like either light brown or dark blonde. Kind of about here, it looks like it's layered. Just yes or no, please. We're just validating that these are the right souls. Okay. Hi, Jackie. Let's see. Seeing a lot of light blue, like just really light, like very pale blue, light blue color I'm seeing. Let's see. Lorraine, did your dad have glasses, like reading glasses? And was his hair thinning? Just please let me know in the comments. Let's see here. Look over here and see if these resonate. Okay. Let's see. All right. So curly brown hair. Okay. Yes. So Lorraine, yes, I'm assuming curly brown hair. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't like tight curly. Just make sure you guys tell me what it's for. Like if you say yes or no, be like you did before. Like yes, brother was slender but not short. Or okay, thanks. Or no, mom's hair was curly, not straight, something like that. Just so I know, because a lot of times other souls can come through, and I need to be able to clarify them. These really look like they're coming through for you, Lorraine. So maybe your brother was taller. Maybe he was just like walking towards me. Maybe my initial assessment was wrong. So let's validate some other things and see. Because the gentleman that's here is pretty slender. It looks like he's coming through to me in like kind of like light jeans and casual clothes. Looks like a light blue like button down shirt. I don't know. Was blue his favorite color, Lorraine? Let's see. Guys, who on here? This may not be related to you, Lorraine. Did somebody on here know a gentleman who passed who had an earring, one earring in one ear, please? Dark hair, maybe not real dark, but dark hair. Slender, one earring. Probably, I don't know. Probably like, it's real hard to do age here. Maybe in his 30s, I'd say. Just let me know, guys, in the comments if there's someone here like that. So, Lorraine, just again, yes or no. We're just trying to validate here. Did your mom have a, like, not like her everyday, but she have like a dress handbag that was like a white or an off-white, a light handbag? And was it your mom, Lorraine, that loved the beach? Let's see. All right, I see a Shannon. Oh, okay. Okay, so 5'6". Okay, so Lorraine, 5'6" to me is, I would have seen him as shorter. Okay, that was about my grandfather's height. So, so slim and shorter to me, 5'6" is shorter. Okay, so that to me sounds like your brother and your dad. Okay. Hi, Davy Jones. Okay. Yeah, the earring guy didn't have anything to do with you, Lorraine. There was just a guy with an earring that popped in, and I was like, dude, you got to wait. Sunshine, your dad was 5'4". Okay. This was a younger gentleman, though, Sunshine. So let me see. Let me ask these two to clarify, because it looks like, Lorraine, your mom and dad were walking together. It looks like the only one we have the discrepancy on is the brother. So I want to make sure we have them right. Yeah, your dad was definitely taller than the gentleman coming in that I think is your brother. But his hair was thinning and had glasses. Is that right, Lorraine? Your hair was thinning some and he had glasses. Maybe not all the time glasses, but I see that he looks like he had glasses. All right. Thank you, Sunshine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Lorraine's dad and her mom coming in. I just wanted to verify the brother. Okay. Okay, I'm also seeing a motorcycle. So I don't know what this means, Lorraine. I'm being shown a motorcycle or a motorbike. So I'm also being shown, I'm being told, all right. So how do you relate to having trouble holding a job? Who is it that had or is having trouble holding a job, Lorraine? This is coming through. Let's see. I believe the motorcycle, Lorraine, has to do with your brother. It's like for a while he didn't have a car, or he had a car and a motorcycle, or he used the motor, something like that. But he was using it for like needed use. And then hold on, there was something else very clear there. So your mother, Lorraine, did she have a brother and a sister? Did your mother have a brother and a sister? Just yes or no in the comments, please. Yes or no in the comments. And make sure when you say yes or no, say yes or no. Mom had a brother or sister, or mom had a brother but not a sister, something like that. I get the feeling that like your brother was like cool, but it looks like he could be difficult to enforce some people. Not everybody understood him. He could, if he wanted to make a stink and a fuss about things, he could rock the boat. He's laughing about this. He's like, yeah, this is just like how it is. This is just how it has to be. But he's like, I didn't mean any harm by it. He's like, I just was into things being right and fair. Let's see here. And then I'm trying to think what other validation they have for me. So that's some validation for your brother, evidence. And then your mom is showing me what looks to be at least like a brother and a sister. That she had a brother and a sister. And it looks like maybe at least one of them is here. I'm not sure because I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure these look and feel like her siblings to me. Oh my gosh, she just loved everybody so much. She loved family so much. I love her laugh. I love her sense of humor. She could really light people up, like in a good way. In a good way, Lorraine. And then your dad, like, he really had a very tender heart. I keep seeing him like in the garage or in a workshop or something. Did he work in the garage a lot? Did he have like a garage or a workshop or a workplace? He keeps showing me like doing stuff with family, like having dinner, and then like looking forward to going out and working on his own projects. He keeps showing me that he had his own space where he had his own tools and his own projects and things like that. And he keeps showing me that. And he's telling me on the other side he still likes working on his own projects. But he liked that. That was like his peacetime. He's like, he liked doing his own thing, having time to work on his own project. That was his peace of mind. He says that's when he would work through things he was worried about, things he had to figure out, decisions he had to make. But he's showing me in the garage. It really looks like the garage. Like it was one of the first things after they moved forward that he showed me. And he said he had his own little special, like, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, his own tools. He was particular about things were. He had his own little cloth. Like he'd have like little cloths that he'd wipe things off with and clean things with. And he needed that. You know, that was just, as long as he had that, that was like his own thing. That was his downtime. And then he said the rest of it, you know, other than work and what was necessary, the rest of it was all about family. Your parents are very dear with that, about family. And I think you and your brother both felt that. But it sounds like your mom was good at holding that together, because that's, you know, she had family with her siblings. Okay, let me come over here and scroll down and see. If any of this makes sense to you. Guys, thanks for your comments. I see your other comments. Okay, guys. And thank you guys for liking and hearting this so more people can find Veronica and I. If you guys like this, don't forget to like and follow my YouTube page and my Psychic Medium page, and join school so you can find more of this. We'll get to your dad, Dave. I'm just scrolling back down. I scrolled way up so I didn't see Lorraine's messages. Okay. Your brother had glasses. Okay. Yes, my brother had a motorcycle in past years. Now, see, you guys, how would I know that? He showed me. He showed me a motorcycle. So I had to say motorcycle. I didn't know. I mean, for all I know, it's wrong. I have to trust when he shows me motorcycle. If it's not his, it's going to be relevant to you in the reading in some way. And so if you guys are learning or practicing readings, that's what you got to do. You have to trust it. Okay. So that's amazing. Good. Okay. That makes sense to you, the motorcycle. And then a car later. Okay. I see that. I see the motorcycle, the car going in and out. But I saw the motorcycle there and then the car. Very good. Yes, she did. Okay, let's see how many siblings she had. Let's see what she was able to get through to me here. Okay. She had 2 brothers and a sister. Okay. So guys, just so you know how this works here, it could have been that she was showing me 2 brothers and a sister, and I only picked up on the sister and the brother energy, or she was only able to get through the brother and the sister energy, and the brother energy melded. Okay. I did not ask in side conversation like I could have how many brothers and how many sisters. I took the sister and the brother and I moved on to other things because there was so much coming in. But that can go either way. Okay. So let that be evidence. She had the brothers and sister. Let's see. I see it, Gia Valdiva. Good to see you again. And your dad would work in the garage. Okay, guys, so there's more evidence. Her dad working in the garage, because he was showing me that. Okay. Not every guy works in the garage. So that's evidence for you that he is really present with you. Okay. Yes, is what he's showing me. He'd work on his car. Yes. 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 Okay. Hi, Mary Nevitt. Welcome. That's amazing. Okay. So let's see if there's anything they want to tell you now that they have given us evidence for their being present here, Lorraine. Let me see if there's anything else. And those of you just joining, if you guys want to join my school, it's only free for the first 200 people. If you like this, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't sign up for school. But if you like it, it's free for the first 200 people. And I do both mindset, manifesting, and readings and things. So the school will give you a calendar of what I do and the things that I offer with a like-minded community you guys can chat with, okay? All right, let's see. So if you guys like any of what I do, you want to sign up for the school. Hey, Jackie, you want some more, honey? I'm almost done. There you go. Okay. So let's see here. So I see you, Laura Lou. So Lorraine, they're showing me that they're glad you're not left totally without family. They acknowledge it being difficult, being left with, immediate family and love having passed on and moved on from this world. They feel for you a lot. They're showing me that you're a lot stronger than you know, and you're learning that. You're learning that. Hi, Perry Antonio. Welcome. This is the non-evidential part, okay, of the message. They're very proud of you, Lorraine. They want you to know that they support whatever shifts and changes in your life you feel that you need to make. Okay, whatever shifts and changes in your life you feel you need to make, they are supporting that. Okay. Lorraine, they trust your choices. Hi, Perry Antonio. Right now I'm reading for Lorraine, okay? Thanks for saying hi. They support your choices, Lorraine. And they're very proud of you. They want you to trust yourself more. They're showing me you're on a path of discovering so many amazing things about yourself, your strengths, your smarts, your adaptability. Getting to know yourself is a whole new form of a person, a whole new powerful person. Okay. And they are with you constantly. They meet you both individually, Lorraine, and together in the astral plane. You guys take picnics, you take walks, you spend time together, and you run through with them things that you're wondering about and questioning and concerned about here in this world, and they help you with that. And then you might not remember it when you wake up, but you wake up with a different sense of knowing and confidence, and then a different phase of what you need to do. Okay, Lorraine, does this make sense? They can hear you, so keep talking to them. Okay, keep talking to them so they can keep trying to come through and validate you and let you know that they're present. Okay. It does make sense. Okay. Okay. Well, they're not ever going to leave you. Okay. They're going to stay by your side, just like your spirit guides do. And they're going to continue allowing you to rebuild your relationship with them when they're on the other side. And either way, Lorraine, they're holding space for you. They've got you, girl. They've got you surrounded and are holding space for you and whatever you want to create. Okay. If you could see the love and the respect and the faith they have in you, the way they're showing me right now, you would just be blown away. It gives me chills. It's so amazing. Now, let me ask you a question. If it just came through that they can see you and hear you and they know how you're doing and they're watching your life, then wouldn't they know you're on a spiritual path? If they're in spirit and they see everything you're doing, and remember I just said they're in full support of any shifts and changes and growth and evolution that you're making. Remember, they are outside of space and time, Lorraine. There's nothing that they miss. You might have trouble picking up on them, but guys, this is for all of you. Your loved ones know everything you're doing. Okay? Right? So this very interaction, Lorraine, that you and I are just having is exactly why I started school. So that you guys can have these interactions with each other and you can ask these types of questions. This is why I have the masterminds that I have, right? So you're going, oh, very true, LOL, right? It makes sense. So when I tell you guys, your loved ones knows who's here. They know everything you say and feel and think. They can hear you when you're talking to them. They know what's going on in your life. Absolutely. But here's another one that's going to blow your mind, Lorraine. We're all on a spiritual path. Every life is a spiritual path. Okay? We might define it differently with our egoic mind. We might define it differently. We might define it as, well, now that I'm focusing more on praying and talking to my spirit guides and reading spiritual books, that's a spiritual path. But you don't need to do all that to be spiritual. Some of the most spiritual path-minded people I know were atheist and agnostic. And they would deny it. Oh, I'm atheist. I don't believe in anything. Guess what? If you don't believe in anything, you believe in something. Guess what? Doesn't matter if you believe in nothing or not. You're still eternal electromagnetic conscious energy. That is spirit. We are all spirit. So how you choose to define that is up to you. But yes, when I said they know the shifts and changes and they know, what you're choosing, they know that you are on a spiritual path. They know that your focus is to be on a spiritual path, that you're learning and growing and expanding. And to me, what that means is expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, read Eckhart Tolle, listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer, get conscious. Okay? All right. So, guys, don't log off yet. Let me tell you some things. Number one, I am on Wednesday, 4 o'clock EDT, 9 p.m. BST. I am on Friday with animal readings. Okay. If you like this, you can like and follow my YouTube and my Facebook. And don't forget to join school, guys. It's only free for 200 people. And my whole calendar of events is there, and everything I offer will be connected through there. Okay. So if you did not get a reading today, please know I will be going through all the different media outlets, social media outlets, and I will be answering questions and getting back to you. Okay. And then you can either get a reading with one of Veronica's amazing readers, or you can catch me on my next live. Okay. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Have an amazing night.